just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the DMP. Do not forget, join the Bloke Club. The link is in the show note. It's www.bloke.club. If you join, no strings attached. It takes 2 seconds to join. You go automatically in the draw to win a Mazda BT50 thanks to Luke Camilleri. His Instagram is LDC_01. If you want a car, he's the best in the business. He's dealt with Jai Opatai, he's dealt with Dra Yai, Alex Glenn, myself as well. I bought my cars off him for myself and my wife. We love them. They're outstanding. LDC_01. Give him a follow. But join the Bloke Club. On top of all that, we're giving away prizes every single month and also deals. So, for example, if you go there right now, you can go through to Musashi, grab some protein. Or you've got menu log as well. So the Bloke Club deals all the time, takes 2 seconds, and you have a chance to win a Mazda BT50. Also, this month's prize, $2,000 cash that we will draw. Takes 2 seconds. Anyone can join. Boys, how you been?
Fucking good, mate.
Fucking terrific, mate.
Fucking oath,
I'm
mate.
a DILF now. Do you know?
Well, this is called the DILF MILF podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if you may not have...
Yeah, you know, you missed it last
listen
week.
to the podcast.
You didn't
So we worked out...
No, I didn't. No.
So we worked out... Well, you're a bit busy. A little bit busy.
Little bit, yeah.
So we worked out that this whole time it actually isn't been called the Dirty Merger podcast. It's now called the... Well, it's always been called the DILF MILF podcast.
So
our wives are
hosted by DILFs, listened to by MILFs. And DILFs.
Which is
And
our
DILFs,
wives.
yeah.
Because
Yeah. Does your wife listen to you?
Not really.
No. Neither does mine.
Yeah. It's not really a vibe.
Nah. I think, do you know how many episodes I reckon I was listened to? Total? Like from end to end? I'd say 0.
Literally the same.
Oh,
Zero.
my wife would never have listened to a full episode ever.
Yeah.
But she's listened, so like she'll pop in and out.
I don't get any people.
I don't get none of that.
Nah, yeah, my wife.
I could be running a bloody mafia for all.
Well, that's why I like to
work.
run my mouth on here about her.
Oh, okay.
You know what
okay.
I mean?
So you got something to get off your
You got
chest,
something?
mate?
Run your mouth?
Yeah.
No, not this
Not
time.
now, probably
Just
this
proud
time.
of her, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just proud in that.
Just proud in that?
Just a stone. But
Mate.
if I do ever need to run my mouth, here's the place to do it because she doesn't listen.
Yep, true. But also, you know that the proudness comes from a pure place because you're saying it without knowing that she will actually hear it. You're just saying it.
Because
Now.
yeah, exactly.
Origin this year, holy shit. Because there's spite now. Because glass houses, all that shit going on with Billy last year.
Is he getting another run?
Oh, is he getting another run?
Well, no, that was
You
a
don't get
serious
rid of the
question.
bush poet after one loss, mate.
Well, no, because he's caught the disease.
Oh, here we go. What's the disease, mate?
State of originitis. Freddie caught it.
Yeah, Freddie did catch it.
No. You know, yeah, look, I do think there's a certain period of time that you can stay in Origin, unless your team's winning. Obviously, Meninga had the privilege of 8 in a row.
Well, he wasn't coaching. He was just fucking, he was just
He
floating
was hanging about.
He was having beers with the
He
boys,
was just
really.
a legend of the game who just like
Yeah.
meandered around. Do you know what I mean?
He was like the front-facing figurehead, but he wasn't running the show.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, like, your name's Meninga, one of the greats of the game. You just do what you want to do, boys, and
Okay.
I'll just meander about.
Yeah.
Perfect setup.
Potter around. He was gardening.
He was
most of the time.
pottering,
Boys,
mate.
it's in your blood. You know how to win. That's
He
what
was
like.
tending
to a rugby
to his
league
garden.
Yeah, an Origin garden.
He-
a
the
lot
only-
of green thumb about Mal.
I tell you what, the only garden with a halves tree in it. The only
Yeah.
garden with we had a
Yeah,
halves
you guys
tree.
had
No,
it.
literally.
Like literally, we were playing halves out of position. Had that many halves.
Okay, got a question for you, without notice, mind you.
Yeah.
Related to the great Mal Meninga. In terms of hands you've touched across your life, just hands you've held, where would Mal sit on the scale of hands?
Well-
Because for me, I think he's number one.
One of the great
Thickness, strength, length.
one of the great mistakes all time.
Huge hands.
That I actually didn't shake his hand, and I
What?
think it actually might have costed me an orange jersey. Might
You
have cost
didn't
me an orange
shake his
jersey.
hand, Dennis?
Well, I've told this
Oh, this
story
was when
before.
you've been a sick cunt. You're going out with
Yeah,
your
I
little,
was
with your
out.
fucking
There was
earrings
lovely ladies
and your
around me,
attitude.
and Mal was across the road, across the room from me, and I was
Didn't
too
say good
intimidated, and I didn't go and say hello.
You mad dog Mal Meninga?
I didn't mad dog him.
Well, you did.
I was scared because he was Mal Meninga, and I didn't.
You
go
were
and say
told to
hello.
go and say hello.
And he was looking at me, and I was like, I believe personally is why I didn't get picked.
He was told
also-
to go and say hello, and he didn't.
No, I didn't. I was too scared. It's Mal Meninga. You just talked about how big his hands are.
Yeah, and I shook him.
You get scared of men with hands that big.
I shook the fuck out of him,
Ah,
Dennis.
but you're probably like
Where was
you're
that?
a lot older now.
That was
I was like 21 years old.
at an event.
You reckon a 20-year-old Burmo is going to go over, walk across the room to
To Mal.
Mal and say, "Hey, young."
Well, bro.
In New South Wales, we're taught respect for
Oh,
your elders,
yeah,
and to
give me
always
a break.
look your elders in the eye and shake their
Shake
hand.
their hand.
Obviously, in
Stern
Queensland, you're
handshake.
told to run away like little girls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or boys, but
Holy.
little.
Little people.
You know what's funny is
Not little people. Hold on. Wait. Small humans. Fuck.
Immature people.
but also
Move on. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, now I do think so. Lockie got injured. He was a captain that year. He got injured, and that was the first year that Smithy was captain. So also that could be a reason why I didn't get selected. I don't know.
Hold on.
I mean, Darius did get selected. Sorry.
So let me get this right. So let me get this right. You haven't shaken the hand of the great Mal Meninga.
I don't think
we
I have.
have.
Ever?
I don't think I have yet. No.
Wow.
You guys know I don't go out to a lot of stuff. Like
You're out at everything, mate.
What?
You don't go to the opening of an envelope, brother.
Give me a break.
Okay, let's get fair income. Who's been to more events, you or me?
As in, what do you mean? Like, as in to
Who's been to
hosting?
more, who's been to more footy events?
Footy events?
Yeah, in their life.
In their life? Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, there you go.
there you go.
Right, so I've shaken Mal's
but
hand.
you
You
guys
haven't.
move and shake way more than I move and shake.
Well, we move and shake hands. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, hey, hang on a sec. You guys move and shake way more than I move
You
and
need
shake.
to be shaking
You're
hands.
the one in bloody boxes with Blandy.
Mr. SEN, Mr. KO, Mr. Main
that's
Event.
work, mate. That's not moving and shaking
right.
off. That's work.
Okay.
You were
Mr. almost got picked in Origin.
hang on a sec. You were bloody sitting in a box with Blandies at Vegas last year, were you not?
well,
That's
I
a
mean,
great
but
point.
you've also forgotten the invite to the directors' lounge
There
where
you
we
go.
sat right
You
next to
forgot
him.
that at the races.
So there's that moving and shaking I'm talking about.
To the races every year as well.
Exactly.
But specifically the directors'
Oh, well, the
box that
director's
year,
down where he sat next to him.
where the great Blocker Roach was spinning yarns.
Yeah, right-handed guy sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, you
So-
should have shaken his hand. That's always.
You're right. I should have. You should have. Now,
So what? Where
being
was
a bit facetious
What
here,
did
didn't
what
cost
did the
me
Mal
nothing.
bid have to do with anything?
I just said, question without notice, how good are his hands?
big hands. One of the great hands all time.
I'd say they're the biggest hands I've ever touched.
I tell you what, they
He's a
should use
fucking.
him.
He's a presence.
You know how you got hand models for like women nail polish? They should use him for like hand models, but for like tools for blokes.
Yeah, like hard yakka shit.
Yeah, just be like, Mal, give us your hands.
Bunnings
bruh."
warehouse.
Tell you what I
hands.
enjoyed over the weekend is Papa Lee doing the post-match press, just like to Fox.
Yep.
And they're talking about him being the second most capped Raider of all time, and just this little moment between him and Mal, I'm like, that's so good.
That's special
just
stuff.
rugby league.
I got to look.
That's just rugby.
I know
league.
rugby. I know Raiders gave us a good rugby league pounding down in the nation's capital.
You know why that is, right?
Well, because all the big teams lost.
No, well, that too. But no.
That's part of it.
That's part of it.
You caught us out.
Yeah. That's because you're a bunch of fucking city boys and you can't against some townies.
No, what I will say, Raiders legends are quite likable. They just produce likable players.
Mal Meninga.
Yeah.
Likeable.
Yeah.
Sticky. Likeable.
Like-
Papa Lee, he's now a legend. Fucking likeable.
Laurie.
Absolutely. Laurie,
Laurie,
one of
likeable.
the most likable blokes in history.
Bradley
You're right.
Clyde.
Super likeable
That's
guys.
what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. I know they gave
Bellamy played there, won a comp.
Wayne was there for a bit. Michael Maguire was down there. Very likable bloke,
Madge.
mate. Bloody Madge.
Is he a great, though?
He's a likable bloke.
Yeah, but he wasn't a great.
Yeah, but he's
Who?
the Raiders
Madge.
are likable.
No, he wasn't at the time. But
No,
Bellamy won a fucking comp off the bench.
Yeah, but he wasn't a great. He's a great coach, not a great player.
Who won a comp
Well, actually,
at the
did he play
Raiders?
Origin?
Bellamy?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't
he's
think
coached
so.
Origin.
But if you win a premiership with the Raiders and you're now the greatest one of the greatest coaches of all time, it pads your photo.
No, absolutely. But
Padger.
like Vic Morrow, not a great at the game, but a premiership win with Manly in 2011.
Yeah.
And, it deserved
And hasn't taken the ring off.
Hasn't taken the ring off.
Guys, don't forget to
Shout
like
out
and
to Vic
subscribe and leave us a comment on YouTube and Spotify. It is helping so much, guys. Like, seriously, you look at our numbers when we didn't ask for like and subscribes, it's totally different. So I really
Flex.
appreciate it. Takes 2 seconds and to leave a comment.
Righto, mate.
And do it. Well, I was going to say do it for Hello Sport too, but now I'm going to say don't do it for Hello
No,
Sport.
do it as well. Do it as well.
Don't do it for Hello Sport. Only like and subscribe to Bloke.
That's not fair.
Just joking. Go do it for Hello Sport as well. Also, grab some Grumpy Coffee, grumpycoffee.com.au. I got my coffee right here. The boys got their coffee.
Just
I
pumped it.
just
Fucking
finished it.
nice.
Yeah.
So friggin' nice.
It is
grumpycoffee.com.au. We've got 2 blends, guys. We've got pods, we've got ground. And also, guys, there's been was that a self-leak of the next product? You know what I mean? How they call it a leak? Like a leak? Oh, holy shit! Holy shit!
What?
It's an exclusive.
What?
Is that exclusive?
I'm thirsty, damn it.
Holy shit, it's
dehydrated.
exclusive. It's
Guy's
live.
thirsty.
It's
Dehydrated.
exclusive.
Are
It's
you thirsty?
live. It's pink.
thirsty,
It's
yeah.
bright. It's
Dude,
colourful.
you need to hydrate.
I know, I'm dehydrated.
You look dehydrated.
You need to hydrate.
Just going to hold it like this.
You like watermelon, don't you?
I love watermelon and I love electrolytes. And
Big
I love,
watermelon guy.
And you like
love-
salt.
I
You
love
like
salt.
pink salt, don't
I
you?
like Murray Darling salt.
That's
Well, you know that's
very-
the only naturally occurring pink salt in Australia.
Well, maybe the Southern Hemisphere, but that may be hyperbole. I don't know. I think it's Southern Hemisphere, but that could be. Anyway, what were you
Wow.
saying?
That's very visually appealing, that pink colour.
What's
I've got to admit.
watermelon? Watermelon
Okay.
electrolytes.
Wow. So for the listeners that are a bit lost at the moment,
Yeah, right.
Tom has presented a bright pink box that says DayLytes on it, and that is a
good?
brand new product from the Good Day
Big one.
entrepreneurs, founders.
Yep.
It's their next product.
Yep.
Electrolytes.
Can you speak like founders would for
Yeah,
their next product?
yeah. Well, this is a TED talk.
Yeah.
Cut to me in like a skivvy. Put my head on fucking
Steve Jobs kind of stuff.
9 out of 10 Australians are dehydrated.
Yeah. Well, it's either 9 or it's 8. It's honestly one of those. A dehydrated generally day to day.
Yeah.
And obviously we've taken care of the nation's vitamins and minerals needs. You're welcome.
The Mecca of multivitamins.
The Mecca of multivitamins in Good Day. But what we were realizing was that whilst you can hydrate on Good Day, you only really need one good day a day. So you may get dehydrated as the day continues.
Okay.
Plus, we're also really pro-exercise here at Shankhead Productions and begoodhealth.com.au. So we thought, let's get some electrolytes going.
Okay. Let's expand the portfolio.
And what you'll find, Denon, if I can call you that, is that a lot of hydration drinks just use like lab processed sodium to get their salts.
You don't want that.
You don't want
Do you want
that.
to use lab processed sodium?
I tell you what, I'll be suing the next time I get some lab processed sodium.
Fuck lab processed sodium. You
don't
need
want
the
that.
real
I'll
McCoy.
be
You
getting
need a
litigious.
good, honest Australian salt.
Yep.
Everyone's touching themselves. Oh, Celtic salt's a bit salt. No, it's not. No, it's not. Drink Australian, you mutts.
Murray-Darling salt. And I'll tell you this,
Tell
Denon.
us this.
The Murray-Darling has a salinity issue.
Big salinity issue.
You're a
much
huge
salt.
salinity guy. Huge salinity
Well,
guy.
desalinity guys,
Yeah,
we are,
desalinity
because
guy.
there's too much salt in the Murray-Darling. And so with Murray-Darling salts included in DayLytes, what we are also doing is helping the Murray-Darling. That's just a side note, not important. You're hydrated
a
regardless.
cycle. It's like
Pulling
it's a cycle.
salt out of the heavily salted
Murray-Darling.
Murray.
You know what? Dare I say, if you drink DayLyte, you're a real salt of the earth bloke.
Yeah, you're a salt of the earth bloke.
Correct.
Or Sheila by taking excess salt out of the Murray River Basin.
Putting it in your body.
And putting it in your body, because this may blow your mind, Denon, if I
ready.
can call you that.
Yeah, you can.
Salt's a massive part of hydration. Massive.
Well, it's
you
key.
would think intrinsically, oh, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. You remember that old sea story, that old sea rhyme?
All the time.
Bit of bullshit in that. There's too much salt in seawater. But what the absolute cherry ripe number is 832 milligrams.
The Goldilocks zone,
That's
they call
precise,
it.
Eddie. You're working in precise numbers there. I like that.
832 milligrams per sachet tar, Denon. There's 30 in a box.
When you're in the hydration game, you need to be precise.
Yes, you do.
And I want to buy off a bloke that is precise.
Yep.
You've sold me.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
Boom.
Now, not on sale yet, though. But it's coming soon.
Well, yeah.
Trying to
But
wet-
like,
yeah, just
the
Tell you what is on sale.
Just wanted to wet your beak.
yeah.
Good Day, the greatest multivitamin of all time. Bigwoodhealth.com.au, DMP for 10% off. Pair it with a subscription, 20% off. You know the drill. You know
It's
the drill.
fucking
The drill.
good. I'm not going to lie.
He just smashed that.
Yeah, you wouldn't lie. I know that for
well,
sure.
no, I actually wouldn't.
Oh.
But I also am not.
Okay.
8 out of 10 Australians are dehydrated.
Bang.
See, there you go. I told you were precise. Did I say you were precise
Yep.
or not?
But don't you think that's a crazy number? No, with the ad's done. But that's a crazy number of dehydrated Australians, and we want to solve it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think you deserve a lot of respect for trying to solve that problem, because that's
Thanks,
a
mate.
fucking big problem.
Thanks, mate.
If
It's a
I
huge
was-
problem.
If I was a prime minister,
Yeah.
it might be something I'd run on.
Yeah, I know.
I tell you what, if anyone's going to tackle the big issues,
You know what? You need to take that to the prime
I
minister.
should- we will.
We will.
You better take
fucking
it
great
to him.
idea.
Great idea.
If anyone's going to tackle the big issues, Dan, it's you and me and Tom.
And me.
That's what the
You know what?
DMPs are
Go
for.
to the top with it, mate. Go all the way to the bloody top with it.
Yeah, no, I think we should go to the top.
You know what I'm going to do? I might fucking write a very stern letter, or hopefully get him in person, the PM, and go, mate, listen here, bruh. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Dehydrate.
What are we doing about the dehydration epidemic that's gripped this nation? Put fucking DayLytes in every school in the nation and solve the problem.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go. There you go. I love that stuff. I love that stuff. BeGoodHealth.com.au. Get into it. Get around it. Get aroused by it. Shane Flanagan. He is banned Tui Pelotu from doing the Show Me the Money celebration.
See, now I think this is a little unfair, Denon, given that Christian scored a bunch of tries in 2 losing sides. I don't know why you aren't able to.
Is that a restriction of trade?
Well, it just feels like it's
Well,
a
it's
bit
a
of-
restriction of free speech.
It's also a restriction of like brand identity. Christian Tuipulotu,
Trying to build.
He's trying to build his brand as someone who celebrates tries in a losing side, and I don't mind it.
Look, it's a definitely a unique position that he is positioning himself as a brand to score tries in a losing side, but celebrate them quite strongly.
And also, like, they're celebrating tries in a losing side. That's fine. Let's celebrate tries. And this is, I'm being quite sincere here.
I would expect so.
Do you need to do that? Like, do you need to have a bit more money? Do you need to
See,
be like...
I the first time I was like, there's no way he's not doing it intentionally. So I felt like it's a troll, and then he did it again. I'm like, I think it's a troll. I think he knows that it's ridiculous, and he likes that he gets a bit of the backs up with it.
Well, if that's the case, then I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I didn't mind it in week 1, but then in week 2, when it was against my team, my blood was boiling.
That's why he's doing it.
But you're not winning.
But that makes it funny.
Yeah, but that's not what it's about. Like, if
Do you reckon
funny,
he's
why don't you score a try and go... like, you know, you got to win.
You mean this?
Yeah, all right.
Imagine
Best in the
that.
country at that.
Imagine that.
Well, he'd have to go up to a mic to do it, though, wouldn't he? So
They've
that
got
you can hear
mics
it.
on the. They've got mics on the
Yeah,
sideline.
ambient
Mic'd up,
mics.
but it's for fart noises
Yeah.
instead of like actual Paddy Carrigan being a
Well,
fucking
one of the
legend.
sideline, reporters, he just goes up to it, just...
Could you imagine?
You like that try,
if a
bro?
player just ran up but didn't do that and just went...
Dude, I'd love that. Fart in a fan's face.
Mate, I tell you what,
That'd be
that
cool.
would show me the money then. That's building a brand.
No, that's building
Because show
a
me the
brand.
money's been done, but has anyone farted in a fan's face?
Exactly.
That's a quote card right
There you go. Has anyone farted in a fan's face? That will put you on the map.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a fringe first grader.
Yeah.
You'll be known as the bloke that
You know
farted
what
in a
I mean?
fan's
You,
face.
if it's
you are
done-
you are getting a top 30 contract every year. You do that.
Yeah.
But if it's done as well under the guise of like promoting the game and celebrating a try,
Well,
I
what
think
promotes
it's
the
play
game?
on. But like if you just went up to a person on the street and farted in their mouth, I think that's obviously
We're going
frowned
from
upon.
face to mouth. We're
Yeah,
getting
it's similar
Can I
area.
ask you a sincere question?
Please.
What's going to do more to promote the game than flatulence?
Well, not just flatulence, Eddie, because you need to direct that into a mouth of a fucking 12-year-old on the sideline. Like, hey, like that's what you got to do.
Yeah, swallow his fart and win a hat.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
That'll bring the fans back.
that will. Copper
That'll
fucking
bring that. Listen, they say we've got an attendance problem. Let's solve it.
get to a plot to farting in people's
Because
faces.
the AFL always carry on, they were watching the game live. Like, who cares? We watch it on TV.
Yeah.
But if you fart in fans' mouths,
yeah.
Well, it's a reason. It's a reason to bring the family back to the ground.
Yeah, it's also something it has not been done, and it's very hard to be original these days.
Yeah.
It's very hard. But if you fart in someone's mouth after scoring a try,
you know what I would love? If we could, everyone could be anonymous. Every marketing meeting that's happened over the last 6 months or so, and you could tell anonymously what's the stupidest thing someone's come up with. Think about the dumb shit people would have come up in marketing meetings.
well, this one wouldn't be dumb, would it? This one would probably
No,
be
this is more of an example of good
Yeah,
marketing.
yeah.
I'm talking about some of the dumb stuff that we'd be talking
Yeah,
about.
no, but I completely agree with you. But what I'm suggesting with my groundbreaking idea, which is to have Tua Pelosi fart into the mouths of fans,
I kind of felt like I said fart into a mic first.
we all came up
Okay,
with it.
fair enough.
Okay,
Oh, do we?
That's,
Well, actually, I started it.
it's branded. It's yeah, but I
you
brought it to
delivered the
life.
fart.
Okay.
My idea, you bring it to life, you take it to the next level.
Yeah.
It starts as an arm fart, you
Yeah.
show us what an arm fart
Yeah,
is, you
yeah,
put it in the
yeah.
mouths of children.
That's right.
Oh, there'll be no
That's
farting.
DMP, baby.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that moves the needle. That idea.
Yeah, it does. It does. Look, it's a needle mover. I'll give you
That gets coverage on 360 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, which is almost unheard of for a topic.
You'd have Buzz trying to do
That's
that.
the only things that get Monday to Wednesday coverage is Latrell Mitchell and farting in kids' mouths. That's it.
I'll tell you what, Braith would have a field day with that. At the host, he'd be willing and dealing with that.
Yeah, he would.
Webby, what do you reckon about farting in kids' mouths?
I think it's disgraceful. And you go, okay, well, like fucking, what do you think, Buzz? And then Buzz goes, I farted in someone's face before.
Oh, back in my day, I used to fart in people's mouths all the time.
And Braith would be... Oh. I want to do one in a...
Oh, dude.
That's great. That's great stuff.
Yarn.
Anyway, Flanagan has banned. He's banned Tua Pelosi from farting in kids' mouths, and also from doing "Show Me the Money."
Yeah,
he has
both.
said. He has said, this is what Shane Flanagan said. Well, you wouldn't want to be one of my players for the next 10 to 12 days, that's for sure. It's not going to be pretty. A reporter then asked Lockie Ilias, and he replied, this is a different quote, sorry. He asked about Lockie Ilias, and he said, you were here, weren't you? You're smarter than that. You can make your own assessment. Then he called Ilias and say he's got his back.
Well, it's all well and good to fucking say that after you've just buried him in the media, isn't it?
Just quickly, Matty. So are these connected or like what?
It was in the same post-game press
But
conference.
they're
so
separate. They're separate
things.
things.
So the
did
two
he-
Palazzo being banned for the money celebration, I think came out the Savo.
Yeah, so I
The,
just put that at the top.
Okay,
The,
so that came out this other.
The you don't want to be my players for the next 10 to 12 days, and the Ilias thing was in the post-game presser because they just got fucking beaten by
Can
South.
I be honest? And you guys know I want to be honest.
Yeah, we all want to be honest.
Look, is it the perfect thing for a new half at the club to have to that publicly? Potentially not. However, bro, it's like I've seen way harsher stuff say about players at press conference.
Really?
I think
See,
so.
we were talking
were
about
trying
that
to work
today.
that out.
I don't think I see it
Bloody
that much.
bellyache. If they have a loss, he's like, if they don't pull their heads in, I'll be fine.
That's about the team, not one player.
I don't know.
And when you think about Flanagan having a son who's been pillared from,
That's what makes it weird. If
Do you know what I mean? Like your son has
The-
gone through it. Roosters, fucking Bulldogs, everything ripped on.
I think that makes it. That's why there's always that potential of conflict of interest or whatever. It's like it looks weird that he's gone so hard at Ilias publicly, whilst the other half's pairing Flanagan, who is older, who also was part of that loss, is not. It just looks weird.
Yeah.
So as I said, I'm not saying it definitely wasn't the right thing to do, but I do think it's blown a little bit out of proportion, in my opinion.
Well,
My
okay.
humble opinion.
Is
Humble.
It's humble.
this is quite rare though? That sort of calling out a specific player in the media is rare.
Yeah, I don't think it's that common.
I'm not saying
post-game
it's common.
presses.
I'm not saying it's common. I'm just saying, you do see coaches at times when they're under the pump have cracks at players.
Okay,
Do you think that's going to help in any way?
No. As I said, what I'm saying is I agree it wasn't the right thing to do.
Right, okay.
But I don't think it's a huge
Because I
deal.
thought
Like,
you were a
people are-
Flanagan apologist, mate.
Sounds like yeah.
No, but people are like, oh, Ilias is going to be off Flano and this, that, and the next thing.
Do you
like,
not think he might be?
No.
So okay, can I just
That's where I'm coming from. More along those lines.
Like, yes, coaches in the past have said things about players, and obviously it's not, like it happens. I'm sure Ricky probably said something about Horsburgh last year. You know what I mean? Like it happens.
Well, I think they put the gloves on, mate.
Yeah,
They literally
they
punched
on. But like I think there
Fuck, I
are
love Big Red
there are
Brother.
mitigating circumstances to this whole situation. Ilias was not good. Yes, true. But he's 2 games back from a fucking leg break in a new club and
New system.
can't fart in people's faces anymore. And it's just like to come out and say that, you are essentially pinning that whole loss on him. Not that you actually are, but that's the
It's a key takeaway.
that's the energy. And it's like, bro, maybe you're just not doing your job as a coach. Maybe your team isn't doing that well. You're like fucking 2 games in and you're going to be like shitting on.
Do you think the timing is the key? Like, for example, Nanai gets dropped and Peyton is like, he needs to go back and work on his defence. He's a good attacking player, but his defence is not good enough. Like, isn't that kind
Nanai
of
is an Australian and Queensland representative who needs to be better. If you want to fucking drop Ilias, then drop him. Don't it doesn't help at all. Ilias is going to be the focus of everyone's attention for the remainder of the season, probably.
I just be clear. I agree it wasn't the right thing. I wouldn't have happened.
but that's why I don't think it's blown out of proportion, is because of all of those other circumstances.
People that are saying like, oh, Ilias is going to be off him. Like, I've just been in playing rosters where some pretty harsh shit has been said before, obviously not publicly. As I said, to be extremely clear, it was the wrong thing to do. But I think to suggest that Ilias and him are going to have this fractured relationship or whatever, I personally don't.
Well, particularly not because he's apologised. I just think.
Well, apparently, they made it clear he didn't apologise. He just said he's got his back.
I thought he called him and apologised.
No, that's the thing.
Well, I was
Flanagan-
watching website.
That he didn't apologise.
He's like made a point of being like, I didn't apologise. I said I got his back.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you
So
don't.
he called him and said, "I've got your back,"
See,
even
that's
though
it.
he
That's-
doesn't.
Yeah, no, you don't.
So that
actually
doesn't make any
worse.
sense.
That's actually even worse. It's like, just apologise for roasting him in public. Like, why would you do that?
That's according to Andrew Webster on 360.
Andrew
last
Webster,
year.
Shout out
which
to
he
him.
would have it straight in. I will like.
So it'd be like me going publicly. Let's say that fucking Tom's away, and we just shit on Tom for fucking 20, which we do. But like, I'm being sincere, going, he's a horrible podcaster, and then I call him afterwards and go, by the way, bro, I've got your back.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
I got your back, bro.
I
feel like it.
I think when you're in that situation, if
You
you're Ilias,
shit on me
he's-
for a fucking old podcast.
He's got Braith, who's his manager. Braith will give him the best advice, which is like, basically, mate, your best, I guess, direction forward would be to make sure the relationship is sweet. So I think Braith would be telling him, don't hold this against Shane Flanagan. Don't have a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Make sure you're tight with him, regardless of what you do or agree or don't agree. Because that's the only way this works is if you do have a strong relationship with your coach.
Braith was saying on 360, he was like, listen, he goes, mate, Ilias is a big boy. He's happy to get sprayed. And apparently he got undressed after the game. And rightly so, because he didn't have a great game. It's just then him jumping into the press conference and shitting on him then that he had a problem with.
And the biggest bit I have an issue with, I actually think is probably a bigger deal, is your son is the other half, and you would never.
Who is?
Yeah.
Listen, he scored 2 tries, so you know
it's hard to shit on.
Hard to shit on him, but
about,
fucking hell, he's in the firing line often.
But I'm not talking about that specific game. I'm more talking about. I'm sure Kyle has had bad games in the past for the Dragons.
Yep.
And Shane would never come in a
100%.
press conference
And he would
say that.
know what it feels like to see, like,
having
he would
seen
know what
his own
son's
son
gone through to get roasted publicly.
He got roasted pretty fucking heavily at the Bulldogs and the Roosters.
And I think unfairly too. It's had a lot of times with Kyle Flanagan. I thought he was unfairly.
He was hung out to dry at the Roosters.
Heaps of times. And so that's where I look at it and go, that is a bit weird for me. I think it's wrong, but I don't think there's going to be a fracture between Ilias and him in the long term.
Yeah.
I think
and maybe not, but like I could understand if Ilias was like, again, behind closed doors, tell me whatever, tell me I'm shit, whatever. But like,
which he did,
fart in my face,
publicly, fart in my mouth, dude.
Yeah,
not.
But do it behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Because you know I'm not
do
proud
it
of...
under the doona, mate. Yeah. Like, fucking hell.
Dutch oven me.
Yeah,
Dutch oven me, bro.
Shout out to the Dutch oven. You rocked a Dutch oven recently? Or?
I can't smell, so I'd do it often.
No, not recently.
As in like pin them under and that?
Yeah, you pull the thing down.
Yeah. Have you done one recently? Or?
Not to my wife, who would kill me. She's got a bit going on with like newborn child and shit, so I'm just...
Probably not the right time.
How close in age? How close in age are they?
2 months.
Weeks,
Oh, by the way, last week's
2
podcast
months.
was literally brought to you by Suki.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks.
congratulations.
Yeah, she promoted.
Thank you very much.
She promoted one of the biggest podcasts in the country.
Love that.
Brought to you.
She's great.
Yeah.
I'll tell her. I'll let her know.
Get her to invoice.
2 months. 2 months apart.
That's cool.
8 or 9 weeks.
And I got one coming too as well. Maybe we could do a live podcast companion from the hospital.
We'll go down. Which end do you want us at?
Yeah.
We'll be in this fucking delivery suite, obviously.
I will say, since Flanagan has become head coach again, it's great stuff.
No, we were saying
I fucking love having Shane Flanagan in rugby league.
He just needs to be a head coach at some club at all times.
He's grumpy, dude.
There's people that I
Grumpy
need to
coffee.
have around.
You know, and I don't want his frown to get turned upside down. You know what, Shane? You're never allowed to drink grumpy coffee because your frown will get turned upside down and we lose content.
I need Wayne Bennett. I need Bellamy. I need Flanagan.
Ricky Stewart.
And I need Ricky Stewart.
I need Des going,
Yeah.
it's fucking 6 p.m. on a Sunday night and we're playing our first game and everyone else has played too. You're like, Des, no excuses.
There was someone tried to argue that point on our YouTube, being like, you don't get it. Like, when they played, all the other teams had played like 2 games. I go, yeah, but the team they played had only played 1 game, which is how buys work. It doesn't matter if you played on a Thursday night or a Sunday night, the game is still won.
Yeah.
So nothing changes.
Yeah. And you could.
But we need to be able to play like games like earlier because so the other teams haven't played as many. Like when we played,
we weren't as
before
much
before we played our first game. Other teams have played 2 games. Yeah, but the team you played had played 1.
Yeah.
That's how the bye works.
Yeah. And also, you could flip it on its head and say it's your round 1 game, so you should be amped as anything, like because it's your first game.
You got the 6 p.m. glamour slot. That's it. The Sunday night, which is where they have 60 minutes, by the way, is a high rating slot.
Yeah. Oh, it's high. It's a slot too.
Mm-hmm. Like you weren't put at 3 p.m. 5:30 p.m. Saturday with the shitters.
Yeah, where you kind of belong.
Exactly.
No. Where you do belong. You're not a Thursday night club. You're not a Friday night club. You're fucking lucky you got Sunday night. IMO. And again, just to iterate, I know it's super complex and hard to understand, but the club you played, the team you played, had played 1 game.
Yeah, and you played like shit. So
is this conversation to Desi or the commenter?
So the Bulldogs have played 1 game.
No, I'm saying are you speaking to Desi right now?
No, I know you're not getting it, but the Bulldogs, I know this is hard to understand. The Bulldogs, as of 6:15 Sunday night, had only played 1 game of rugby league.
Yes.
I know that other teams in the league have played 2, but you weren't playing them.
Yeah.
So their match fitness and their match experience doesn't come into it.
Well, it's irrelevant.
Are you speaking to the commenter that said, like the comment that said this?
Dez's comments were more about, I think, brand awareness, brand titans being in front of the eyes and in the mouths of
Fair
everyone.
enough. So he was more about brand exposure.
Brand.
So Des would rather have been given the 3 p.m. Saturday slot because it's early in the weekend, which no one watches, instead of the 6:15 p.m. Sunday night with more eyeballs because he wants more exposure.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you all the way.
No, it makes heaps of
Well,
sense.
listen, they didn't get spoken about on any of the shows over the weekend. If they played on a Friday, they get talked about on Saturday, they get talked about on Sunday.
Can I say though? Can we?
Is anyone talking about him now?
No, they're not.
We're talking about Dez's comments. No one's talking about their
Sorry,
performance.
no.
Can we? And I know like Titans fans, we sit there going, "Come on, mate. Come on, Eddie." But you're a Titans man, aren't you?
We said it the other day. I fucking love their players. Tino love, Fafita love,
Brillo,
Foran love, AJ
Gambo.
love, fucking Campbell
Foran
love.
looked hot on Fox, didn't he?
Khan Pereira, I love.
Foran looked hot.
Oh,
on Fox.
dude, I
That
love
hair,
him in a suit.
dude.
and the angle.
Him in a suit.
Head,
Bro.
jawline,
Yeah.
nose to face ratio.
Can you give me a moment? I'm
Yeah.
getting the Vaso. Like, huge fan of his work.
Mate, he looks like the peak masculinity.
But so-
the jawline was absolutely
Yeah, the jawline was
chiseled within
fire.
an inch of its life.
Tino, obviously, I forgot to mention. Like, if I'm looking at their players individually, I fucking love most of them.
Yep.
And they've got some brilliant footballers. But it's something about putting them into that sky blue jersey or that like
It's the
fluoro-y
Bermuda
blue
Triangle
jersey.
of rugby league, baby.
They almost just disappear somehow.
You know what it is? Because everyone has subconsciously in their head that Gold Coast is a holiday destination, and it's just it's too good of a lifestyle. I've always had this theory.
Too relaxed.
Gold Coast is too good of a lifestyle. So even if you try not to relax into the miays of like, I don't even know if that's a word, of
Definitely
of
not.
relaxation, you can't help it, but you do. You just
Miays, I love that.
Malays, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Malays was the
Malays,
word.
there you
Yeah,
go.
might have been. I tell you what the Gold Coast seemingly may have tried to do to make it a little tougher to live there is do roadworks along the entire length of it.
and that's been going on for
And
about
that's been
40
going on
years.
for like fucking 20 years. And it's to put in a light rail, which again is fine, but it's like if you just have heaps of lanes of traffic, then like a light rail wouldn't even be necessary.
But also, like, why does it need to take 25 years to get done?
Bro,
It's a great question.
when we were up there for Jarch's wedding, it was a
you?
fucking nightmare. You weren't there, sorry.
No,
I
I
was up
wasn't.
there. You
We
weren't.
brushed Jarch.
He brushed Jarch. I was up there though, and
Bit of a
getting
cunt.
anywhere was a fucking nightmare.
Sorry, Jarch. I would have come if you invited me. I wouldn't have brushed you.
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't have gone.
I would have gone.
No, you wouldn't.
Jarch, reach out.
Too late now. It's already happened.
Well, not your next wedding, but like maybe
that's-
something
no,
big in
it's-
your
no,
life.
no,
Reach out. I'll be there, Bruss.
I was there, so don't worry.
I'll be
At
there
least
too.
there was some representative.
Eddie definitely won't be there.
No,
He's
Eddie won't
proven
be
he
there. Eddie won't be there. He'll have better things to do. We can probably imagine.
I'll be there though.
Eddie's the king of keeping his options open, and that's what he did to Josh.
You kept your options open.
It was him or having a kid. I just thought, fuck it, I'll go with the kid.
You went with a kid.
Yeah, I know.
dude.
I regret it.
That's fucked. That's pretty poor form.
He
if
also
I'm
didn't
honest.
have the kid while it was the wedding. So.
Ooh, is there a technicality here?
Well,
going
there was
on?
no kid had.
No kid was had.
Technically, I could have left my wife and just gone, listen, if you're going to labour, so be it.
Or no, let me know.
That's
and
an option.
Like just Skype me in.
Yeah.
Or fly back. It's only an hour.
Skype.
Yeah, just got me in.
Fly back. Like, you know, it's one of the most crucial parts of her life. And like,
Hold on.
you know,
It's
it can be
just the
very
biggest moment of my
lonely.
entire
Yeah,
life, but he just got me in.
Just hold it in.
Yeah.
Tom, Skype. You know Skype's closing down in May.
Yeah, it's gone.
Fuck.
It's gone.
Skype Zoom killed it.
Honestly,
How did that even happen? Because they're pretty much the same thing.
do you reckon, you know what? I'm getting, you know what, you'll like this because you just love conspiracies. I reckon Zoom started COVID.
Wow.
Wow.
That's huge.
Think about it.
Well, maybe Fauci owns shares in Zoom then.
I didn't say that.
No, that's what
I
I'm
bet
saying.
you did.
Bet you did.
Because like,
Gain of function research. Look into it.
what company had the biggest growth? Some people say it's other stuff.
No, it was Zoom.
Zoom.
It was Zoom.
Boom.
Well, listen, you could also argue that maybe like Bloke and Hello Sport listeners went through the roof the same time as well. Did you start COVID? Did we
No,
start
but
it?
that was just fortuitous.
Yeah, okay, that was just nice.
Yeah.
That was just
And
a
also
nice
like my numbers
byproduct.
were okay like before.
I'm not saying they weren't okay before Denver, but I think it's fair to say that they were
They improved.
better after COVID.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
I think they improved, but that was us eyeballing an opportunity and making the most of it.
Yeah.
True. We
You know?
watched the market.
And we watched the market and we bought low and we haven't sold high.
Well, the audience
but we did
bought
buy
low.
low.
We did buy low though.
The audience bought low.
Yep.
And
now we're all getting high
and we risked our lives. You know,
we did risk our lives. We were in here all the
we
time.
left the house. We
Yep.
went out there. We took on the big nasty, scary world.
Yeah, it was
We
scary.
were an essential service.
Fuck, the traffic was good though.
It was good.
Strange times. I can't believe we lived through that. Very weird.
I know.
Very fucking
Yeah,
weird.
very weird.
Zoom though. How crazy is that? Has killed Skype.
Zoom's also not very good. No disrespect.
Just quietly as well. Is MSN still around? Just
Messenger.
Just so good. Oh, boys, you got to see. Holy moly, the show Adolescents.
I did just. It's
Bro.
It's gonna be intense, dude.
It's
Adolescents.
intense, and honestly, I haven't had my heart broken in a very long time. It literally, I felt, that when you actually are heartbroken, you can feel the physicalness
Yeah,
in there.
it fucking hurts.
It literally, at the end of it, like, I don't know how to cry because I'm a man,
I do.
but I nearly did.
I'm a man. I cry all the time.
I'll be honest with you.
You're like new age. What?
I cried in the office the other day.
You're progressive.
Saw a video on the internet and I started crying.
I've
don't
only
need
got
that. I
I've only
can't.
got a certain amount of bandwidth for
Sadness?
Honestly, I'm telling. I'll go as far as to say this. I believe every parent, this should be a prerequisite to being a parent.
Why?
Watching it, the message, and not even the message, because it doesn't have answers. It just
Great.
It lays the landscape out of what you are dealing with as a parent, and the importance.
Do I need that, mate?
You need it, mate.
What I said,
You need it.
But mate, just listen here, mate.
You bloody need it.
But mate, listen here, mate. Mate, you know me, mate.
Oh, I fucking know you, mate.
And mate, I get bloody anxious, mate. Sometimes watching these shows, mate, and bloody White Lotus is enough for me, mate. And I can't have fucking Adolescents on top of that, mate. What I'm doing though, mate, is I'm pairing me White Lotus, mate,
Yeah, mate.
with Wallace and Gromit. And it's just the yin and the yang
Yeah,
for me.
right.
The yin of anxiety and fucking redlining emotionally White Lotus, and the yang with chill me the fuck out with little plasticine, cartoons.
Yeah, okay.
Mate, it is.
Watch it though, unbelievable on Netflix.
It is
Wallace and Gromit. You're watching Wallace and Gromit now?
I've watched the movie that came out. It was an hour and a half.
Wow,
Terrific.
it's great stuff.
You haven't tried it. You haven't watched it.
I've watched Wallace and Gromit going
I feel like my adolescence shout
Have you watched the new one?
Derailed here.
I haven't. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's definitely
I'm getting derailed. I feel like
With Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah,
Like,
Wallace and
can you
Gromit.
speak about parenting for a
Can I
second? He
speak,
doesn't- he's not a parent. Like, he's
Yeah,
a
he
parent,
doesn't
but
get
he's
it.
not fully
He's-
into it
yeah,
yet.
he's not fully into
He's
it.
like, he's got his training.
Unless you've had a kid for a year, you're not really.
You don't want to talk about Wallace and Gromit.
Nah, mate.
Why?
No, you got.
It was Oscar nominated.
Got your
Was it
training
really?
wheels on.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Who gives a shit about that?
What do you like about Wallace and Gromit? I've never.
No,
listened
I want
to
to
the
hear
show.
your adolescence now, mate.
I
What's
don't worry about it, man. I don't worry about it.
Fuck you,
Fucking
Cappy.
meant a lot to me. I've fucking been thinking about it since.
Fucking
I
go on then, mate.
All right, you got to watch Adolescents because seriously, it is the scary. It's a crime drama, but it's arguably a fucking horror film.
Because you're not setting it up for
Horror
me,
film.
lad.
But I'm telling you, as a parent, you got to watch it because
I'm a
it's
parent.
heartbreaking and it's never been put on TV before. Every episode is one take, so they do the whole episode in one take.
How many episodes are there?
There's 4.
Okay, I can
hour
get-
long, but like they walk through fucking schools, they walk through streets.
Is it one take or is it creative camera work?
No, one take, and it is some of the most skillful things. It's so much so that episode 4 took them 14 takes. So 14, they had to do the whole episode 14 times
'Cause they didn't
to
get
land
it right.
So they didn't get it right. It's
That'd
one
be
take
annoying.
every.
Are you serious?
It is amazing.
So you have to get it right.
Everything, and I'm talking about like they don't just like sit in a. There's one episode that's in a room, but outside all the other ones, they literally go places. Like they go to the shops, they go to school. It's not like they just walking in a house or whatever. It's amazing, and just it's handled like the topic. They don't just like point fingers like you're to blame or you're to blame. It's such a complicated, crazy topic. It's heartbreaking. It's unbelievable.
The one take must make it stressful.
But you feel like it doesn't give you the ability to step away from the action. So you're in it with them.
It's like that True Detective scene.
It's like
Remember that one take scene in True Detective,
Yeah.
and it's just like heightened the whole time, the tension.
This is good because it gives you moments to like ease up, but you're just with it the whole time. Have you seen the is it not Boiler Room? I think it's Boiler Room. Is it the kitchen movie? No, probably not.
The kitchen movie. You mean My Kitchen Rules?
Nah, Boiler Room. I think it's called.
Ratatouille.
Yeah. I think it's Ratatouille,
MasterChef.
aka Boiler Room. MasterChef potentially. Anyway, Adolescents, incredible movie. Limited series. You have to see it.
Yeah, okay. But as
There's
I
also
said before,
White Lotus and Severance. That I've
once I'm
apparently
done
heard.
White Lotus, then I have
Wallace
the
and
bandwidth.
Okay.
No, then I have the bandwidth to watch Adolescents.
Okay.
I can't watch
The
them both
only
at the same
problem
time.
is the longer you don't watch this, the more you're going to see on the internet because it's sweeping the internet. It's broken the internet.
Is this like another fucking...
Reindeer babies,
Yes.
which sucked.
How did you know I was thinking about
Because
that?
much
I know
better
you're
than
in your
that.
head, buddy. I know.
Much better than that.
telekinesis.
This is a limited series that you'll never forget, especially as a parent.
Baby reindeer, most overrated show all time. Sorry, just to get back on that. It's fucking shit.
He never... Well, you know why he hates it? Because he didn't watch it with us.
No,
so he can
dude,
talk about it.
because you guys talked up so much. I watched. I went. It was
talking about that much.
You sucked it off, dude.
We
Baby
said that episode 5 was fucking etch, which it was.
it was, but
Seriously?
the show wasn't that good. It
Hand
just
job
wasn't
at
that
most.
good.
We gave it a hand job at most.
Bullshit, dude. You
We didn't
gobbled that
glaze it.
thing.
No, we didn't glaze
It was not good.
Well, honestly,
It
and
was etch.
through the pants.
It was
Wasn't
weird.
even-
No,
Nah,
it
it was-
wasn't.
it
You had
was-
it in your mouth.
No.
You had it in your mouth.
No, you must be remembering something else.
Nah, you go back and check tapes.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
I think Flano was unfair to do that to us.
yeah, absolutely.
In case you're interested, MSN purchased by Microsoft in 2011, and Skype, ironically, Skype was purchased by Microsoft 2011, and that killed MSN in 2013.
Jesus.
So
MSN
MSN's still
gone.
there, but the chat room ability is still
What
gone.
about ICQ? Is that still?
So you can still use MSN Messenger.
No. The chat room is gone, but there's a website with all news and
Oh,
stuff.
right, okay.
Remember ICQ? Did you use ICQ operators?
I started on MSN.
Don't remember that? That when you got a message, you used to go, "Uh-oh." No.
Clip that up.
Uh-oh. Okay. Don't forget, round 3 of the regular season is upon us, and you can watch every game live, 4K, with no ad breaks during play on K
That was
Sports.
etch, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was fucking weird, that.
What?
That whole fucking.
That was weird.
That whole fucking weird.
You right, mate?
You right.
You wanna
What?
get-
That whole fucking.
What's
thing
fucking
you
weird?
You just had a whole fucking thing. You just
Is it a tick?
Wow.
You know what? Fuck you, cunts.
Bit of furry about you, Dave.
Oh yeah, some furry there, dude.
Fuck you, cunts.
What sort of
see-
Did I
Yeah.
see? Did I see you in Hyde Park the other day licking people?
All right, cunts.
Dressed up
What are
as
you
a
fucking
squirrel?
blokes? What do you think this sounds like?
You were just up as a squirrel.
What do you reckon this fucking sounds like, mate? That's the message sound.
That sounds like furry shit, dude.
ICQ. That looks like something you try to get off the ground.
Mate, you bloody dickheads. Don't know nothing about the internet, mate. Bloody hell.
That's Kempy dressed as a squirrel in Hyde Park.
Okay, round 3 of the regular season is upon us, and you can watch every game live and in 4K with no ads breaks during play on KO Sports. And buckle up, because race 2 of the Formula 1 season is also this weekend, live from Shanghai, with all the action live in 4K with no ad breaks during racing. Don't miss any of the action on board. Get on board today. KO, you can't miss it. Got the best sport in all the land. All right, Daly Cherry Evans looking to sign at any other club other than Manly because he hates them.
That's not true.
Don't be
Oh,
silly.
sorry, who wrote that?
Denon.
Who wrote that?
Denon.
Silly.
Listen, there's no point saying things that aren't true, mate. Because otherwise you're going to lose your reputation, your good reputation with the punter and the dribbler out there. They're gonna be
Okay.
like, these guys are fucking...
Don't trade in lies.
No.
Okay. Oh, what about, can you tell, when is the group going to, can we talk about that or not talk about
Yeah, we
that?
can close with punters and dribblers.
Yeah, when's that coming
RIP.
back?
No, it's, well, listen,
When we decide.
Yeah. In its current
Ooh.
form, it's going.
So you're showing a bit of tough love to the...
Bro, it needed to go. It was scat. It takes
was getting a bit
fucking
weird.
ages
It was getting
to
scat.
delete those.
It was getting scat.
That's the only
I
problem.
will
It's
say,
like...
I reckon around the 20K mark was when you had... It's almost like when the internet first started, you had a group of like-minded people that were all together, and then it got a bit weird.
Yeah.
And then
It's
when you
been
get...
scat for about a year.
I reckon anything over 20,000 people, you can't... It gets into areas where
Listen,
you
there's
just like,
elements
wow.
of it that were still, you still got great things out of it, but most of it was like, oh, look at this guy, looks like this guy, or like, what's fucking Koshi Badger doing refereeing? You're like, oh god.
And she's
lame.
in the group.
Yeah, well, it's just, but the whole thing was just, it wasn't that good, and we had to deal with it. We had to like fucking.
And also, just it was too. Someone would post something and be like, "This is shit." And
Yeah, it
you're
was
just
super
like,
neg, super neg.
Why are we so negative, bruh?
Yeah.
A lot of negativity.
It also takes so long to delete. Do you know, like, Facebook don't want you to be able to delete anything. So, like, Toddlers had to, like, find some weird JavaScript thing where it goes through and it deletes, like, individual accounts.
What?
And then once they're all gone, then it shuts the thing down. That's why we were just like, well, let's just pause it and fucking
Yeah,
say no
okay.
one can do anything. But listen,
Wow.
we'll probably bring back another one, but it's one that you just want, where you just want people that are like part of the community, like DMP, fucking obviously Hello Sport, and like surrounding shows, but
Yeah.
just like where it's about just trying to be funny and make funny content.
And positive.
Like,
And if you don't like something, maybe just don't say anything.
yeah, but like you can have shit takes. I think shit takes is part of punting and dribbling.
Yeah.
But just the like, there was if they're not part of our world, then we don't really want you in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
because it goes over their head, you know.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Or like if you there's certain things that are intentionally dribbly, and someone's like, "This is fucking shit."
Yeah, but you're not getting the nuance.
You're not getting the fact that that's what this is called, punters and dribblers.
Yeah.
I saw one comment where I was apparently a sellout because I do punting, and I'm like, this page is literally called punting and dribblers.
But that's also part of it as well. That's what you'd see things in there where someone would go, fucking, how about the ads, dude? Like, and then you'd see like the people who you actually, who the content's meant for going, you get all this shit for free every single week. Like, yeah, they're selling ads.
What the fuck am I paying this amount of money for a hat?
Or like Goxie commented
Well, you're
on-
not.
When we
You
put
don't
up
have
the,
to, bruh.
When we put up RIP to the punters and dribblers, Goxie was like, where am I going to go to have people telling me my comedy shit? And then,
Poor
some
cunt.
guy comments underneath it going, well, you blocked me on Facebook, so I guess I'll have to tell you here your fucking comedy shit. And you're like, wow,
Oh my
you've been
God.
blocked, so clearly you realise you're a fuckwit, and you've come on, you're like, you're the reason. the
Yeah,
page is
that
going.
kind of stuff.
You're actually, if anyone wants to know why, like, it's that guy.
Yeah, if you're in a group called punters and dribblers, it's called punters.
And then they're like, oh, I'm
and
just
dribblers.
bantering, mate. Like, yeah, but you're not funny.
That's not
like,
banter.
you don't actually know how to
Saying,
do
oh, your comedy shit, that's not banter, bro.
Don't say
That's
that.
just insulting someone.
Yeah, you just don't do anything good for yourself, so you just shit on people that do.
Okay.
So anyway, listen, it's gone, but fuck, it's a breath of fresh air having that thing gone.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Eat, love, pray kind of stuff. Eat, pray, love.
Eat,
Well,
pray,
mate,
love.
I
Eat,
said
pray,
that we just
dribble.
needed a breather.
Eat, pray, dribble. That could be the new one.
Yeah.
We just... Seriously, I don't mind that.
Because then you keep the core of like, let's keep it peaceful, baby.
Yeah. Eat,
And
pray,
Core
punt,
tenants.
or eat, punt, dribble.
eat, punt, dribble.
Well, we just don't pray that much, so we do.
Well, you
punt and
can.
dribble.
Pay to the dribbling
we
gods.
eat.
And the punting gods.
Yeah.
Something. Like
So Cherry Evans, you reckon he's a dog, do you?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you pretty much
I
did.
actually,
Can
I
we say
actually
Cherry
rate him
Evans a
higher
dog?
because he wants to leave that.
No,
club.
no, no.
Yeah, he's the
Part.
captain of your state.
Yeah, I love him.
Why do you think he's a fucking dog then?
Don't recall
That's
saying
what
that.
you said before we came on here when you were showing us your show notes like you force us to every week. And he goes, Cherry, we're going to talk about Cherry Evans being
Yeah,
a
we'll
dog.
talk about this here. We're going to laugh here.
Yeah, laugh at my
yeah,
jokes
yeah.
here.
Serious here.
Yeah. Unbelievable, you two.
You fucking joke.
Can you just look? I understand it's emotionally tough time for you right now because your captain hates you.
Well,
But
no,
can you
no,
just
no,
get
no,
through
no. But let's
without
get
insulting
fair
someone
him for a
else?
second. People are just trying to trade off his great name.
Yep.
And his loyalty to the club. He's a one club man. Don't know if you know that, Denon. Can I call you that? And
Didn't
we
half
all
the team
know,
believe?
we all know that he is going to sign with Manly. He's going to sign with Manly. That's what's going to happen.
He's not going to the. What, apparently the Dragons want him. Your
Well,
old club.
all I know is I feel like the club was almost saying, "Oh, you need to retire," and he was like, "Nah, bruh." He's already spoken to other clubs.
We don't have anyone else to replace
He's
him.
speaking to him because he's an intelligent and astute businessman. He's just basically going, "Oh yeah, Drag."
Yeah, let me get the most out of Manly.
Right.
Keep
Yeah,
driving
but
your
that's
price
okay.
up.
That's all right. I don't mind that. Give the man what he wants.
Yeah, but
Give
sounds
the
like
man
you're
what he
not.
wants.
Sounds like you're not. Sounds like you're
No,
trying to
mate. You ever heard of business, bro? You ever had a bit of wheeling and dealing? You got to
You know what?
fucking. You got
Come
to
to
be
the
a bit of
Broncos.
business.
We'll get you on 600k.
Oh
like Benny
yeah, the
Hunt.
Broncos. Yeah, you get 7 halves.
Yeah, DC will get him for about 400k.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't want to go back there. Hates
I
the state.
still cannot believe we got Ben Hunt for 600k.
Yeah,
That's
of course
the
you can't. You're rotting the
biggest G
cap.
up.
You're rotting the cap. You're rotting the cap.
No, we're not wrong.
Bit of
Fucking
third,
wrong
must have
with
been a bit of third party there.
Yeah, rotting.
No, I reckon they actually did. But what I'm saying is he's worth way more than that in my
No,
opinion.
but what I'm saying
he's
is,
fucking
he got paid 600, but he also got, Ted's Motors a $2 million a year deal.
Yeah.
Ted's Motors. 2
Well,
million
no, it was like,
a year.
oi, can you?
He's on 2.6.
Ted, Ted's Motors.
Yeah.
Killing it.
And he's also a barista at Ted's Cafe, and he gets paid $4 million a
Grumpy
fucking
Cafe.
latte. Sorry,
Wow.
grumpy lattes or whatever the fuck. Anyway,
Nice, buddy.
Yeah, you're rotting the cap.
But listen, put it this way. If in a world, and this isn't going to happen, but I'm just entertaining it because I'm, paid to do
fair
that.
dinkum.
I'm paid to do that.
Fair dinkum, mate.
If there is a world where Manly say, Cherry Evans, we don't want you for the extra year, we're going to go with this, fucking 20-year-old half,
We'll pay Humphreys $1 million to come home.
I'm going to be furious.
How smart, like that's chess checkers kind of stuff.
What? Letting Humphreys go.
You know what that reeks of? Someone that plays fullback for your club. Let's let him go and bring him back for fucking.
It's all right, you can deflect.
No,
Great
no.
point.
It's okay.
No,
Actually,
but you try to pay me out about something you've done.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but we got him back for cheaper because he wanted to come back because he wanted to be with his family. 'cause he's a
Well, no,
family
you
man.
got him back on more than what you were paying him. Yeah.
No, not really.
Well, no, but that's
About
like
400.
that's a fact. Though.
We get players on unders, mate. They
But it was more
than.
than, and now you're paying him fucking heaps.
No,
but
not really. What I will say,
what are you gonna say?
this is what I'll say. This is where your club went wrong. You guys came up with the saying, when in doubt, go hot. You were in doubt and you went the opposite. You didn't.
No,
go
it was actually
hot.
it was actually my saying, not our clubs.
I said you come up with it.
Yeah.
What do you want him to say there? Did you want to give him a plaque with your fucking name on it? Like, what did you need there? What did you need?
I thought he was saying the club did it, and I was coming into bat for the club saying they didn't say that because if they did, they would be going against their word.
Okay, right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
No one's more disappointed than Tom and I about letting go of Humphries, particularly after I saw his work in the opening 2 rounds of the season, which we feared would be the case, having saw him last year play for Manly and have a ripper.
Rue, the great Rue, speak about him too.
No, I think we spoke about him before Rue did. Rue's probably trying to steal our valor.
I think if you go back and check the tapes, the first people to talk about Humphries was us.
Okay.
Besides the point is,
So we called him could be something.
Yeah. I've been fearful that he'd go to the Rabbitohs and have a ripper, and that's exactly what's happening.
The second Wayne Bennett signs him, you go, okay, wow, the greatest coach of all time sees something in the kid.
Yeah. So Lewis Dodd's packing his bag. He's going home. He's unwanted.
Manly maybe could have him.
But my point is this: if Cherry Evans leaves, who have we got?
Luke Brooks.
Don't know what's going on.
He's a 6.
That's why I worry that they're going to, if he does leave, they're going to move Brooks to 7, Tommy to 6, Lehigh to fullback, and I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
You reckon they'll do that?
Well, in the offseason, they were tossing up like, oh, maybe
Brooks
Tommy
is
could play
not a
6.
7.
I agree with you, mate.
I also think
with you.
that was just maybe just some media beat up, mate.
You reckon?
Yeah.
See, even when they asked Seabold, he was like, look, he's fullback for now. He's a bloody good fullback, and we'll see what happens.
But do you
He
not
didn't commit
think
to it.
Tommy has the ability to just go, hey, now listen up, everyone, and listen good. Stop trying to move me out of my fucking position. I'm fullback, fuck off.
But I think that this DCE situation, they're trying to, it's a tough situation because he is older. And
He had his best season potentially last year.
But it's like when you're that old, it goes left pretty quickly. And so I understand the Manly Seagulls sitting there going, like, if we sign him on a 2-year deal, it could just happen overnight where he's, struggling, injury prone because he's so much older.
But it's one in his favour, and I like to think that Cherry Evans is a man of honour.
Yeah.
And then if he's not up to it, he won't play.
I personally, if I'm Manly, I'm definitely signing for 2 more years with one in his favour.
100%.
He is so friggin' good. You've got no one else at the club just yet. If you had a gun, for example, if you had like a Lehigh at 7 ready to go that was like a bit raw, but he's going to be a bloody good player, then I could understand.
Well,
They've got Joey Wild.
But we also had one. His name was Jamie Humphries.
Yeah.
And
he even said in the media, he's like, oh, fucking, I've just learned composure from Cherry Evans. Yeah. I'm like, fuck.
He learned patience and calmness for Cherry Evans.
Oh, that sucks. But look, I think they get the deal done because I just think that they don't have an option.
We don't have an option.
Because like if you let him go to another club and then you struggle, like heads are rolling.
That would be.
We don't have another option.
That would be. That would make me so sad.
Onatoni Large is still at high school.
And also,
how old's the other guy?
Joey Walsh, 19.
He's 18.
But also,
18. Fuck me, dead.
But also, like, it shows poor planning because, like, why would you, if you were planning to move DC on in the next year or two, how could you let Humphries go?
It makes no sense.
So that suggests to me that they're going to keep him. I think they'd be crazy. Give him his option. I do think that DC is enough of a club man to go, he's earned enough coin. Like, he got that massive 10-year deal, $1 million a year. I think he's enough of a club man if his body isn't up to it to go, you know what? Knock her on the head, boys. And also, he's that fucking good. Who are you going to lose? Like, who are you going to get in the next 12 months that's going to be worth moving him on? And also, he's that good of a coach almost that you can pay him $800K, $900K a year to mentor. Like, if he's injured the whole last season, who else is out there that you're going to get? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
mate. But okay, let's say he falls off a cliff. That's some cliff he needs to fall off before he's worse than next up.
Yeah, 100%. And also, even if he's off the field and injured, all the value he brings when it comes to mentorship, and it's only 1 year as well, because he's not going to fall off cliff next year.
No.
If he looks that good this year, then I doubt it'll be next year. And also, who else is out there? Like, who's
There's
there
no
to
one
go?
out. There's no one out there.
Bit of Dilf back. That's the only concern.
Bit of Dilf back, but I mean,
But we all get Dilf back.
we all get Dilf back at some stages. When you're that hot, carrying that much hotness, you're gonna fucking hurt
And you're
yourself.
that age.
Yes.
It happens.
I was just going to say, there's a pretty good case study. It happened to South when Adam Reynolds wanted 2 years.
Yeah,
they said no.
great point.
And he's still playing.
Yeah. And
Great
you guys
point.
cursed the whole fucking club doing that.
Yeah.
Getting rid of a prodigal son
Yeah.
of the club, and he's literally still the starting halfback. Good to go.
For one of the best teams in the
And
club.
look where your replacement is. Getting laid out by the coach.
But now they've got a good half.
Now they got a hot half, big arms.
Well, God, let's just stop talking about Jamie Humphries. Give me the shits.
Use code PIRATE for free delivery. Minimum spend is $30 because Connor Watson, he was our hungriest and our hottest player of the last weekend. And don't forget, guys, Bloke Undies, head over to bloke.shop, grab your Bloke Undies, and don't forget to join the Bloke Club because you automatically go in the draw. No strings attached to win a Mazda BT50. Plus, we give out prizes every month. The first month is $2,000 cash. Anyone can join. All your friends, whoever. It's at bloke.club. Takes you 2 seconds to join. All right, let's get to our tips. Melbourne v. the Penny Panthers.
I'm fucking toe for this game.
I'm towing.
I'm so toe for this game. I've ummed and ahed all week. I'm like, does a champion team fucking turn up and get the job? But Dylan Edwards out, I think, is massive. I think Storm win.
Yeah, I just think that right now Storm are red hot. They always start the year relatively well, whereas Panthers, it's the start of the year. They're going to build into it. They look a bit tired. Of course they look tired. They've had such a crazy last half a decade. They've been on top for half a decade.
Yeah.
It's
It's
actually
like the
insane.
DMP, baby.
But I don't think it'll be a
We're the
blowout.
Penrith Panthers of podcasts.
Yeah, we are, but with no threats.
Oh, yeah, that's hot. That's hot. That's that arrogant hot.
That's that Broncos.
It's that Tuapolatu shit, baby.
That's farting in kids' mouths kind of stuff.
That's it.
Look, I think Melbourne are just red hot right now. They looked like they're all playing with bonus last week.
Yeah. Do you think they could blow them out? Blow their backs out?
You might see a blown back out.
335 though, if I'm just being honest, is like we all walked away from $11 the Roosters. This is not the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, this is 335.
Yeah, but it's the Panthers at
Yeah, I
335. You know what I mean? It's the Panthers.
Yeah.
This would be the longest they've been in fucking outside of maybe like an Origin period.
This is long.
This
for
would be the
them.
longest they've been.
Yeah.
In the last 4 or 5 years.
I just reckon I understand why they wouldn't be at their best right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like I would be worried if they do go down to Melbourne and tell them up because I want them to be ready for the end of the year, and I almost feel like it's humanly impossible for them to be at that level. Whereas Melbourne Storm, like, who does this game mean more to? Melbourne Storm for sure. They lost the grand final to them.
True.
However, Penrith Panthers, they are the team that buck trends. Like anytime you think that that's humanly impossible to do something, they just go, they get their hogs out, they say humanly impossible, look at the size of this hog.
And they buck trends.
And they buck you.
Yep. They buck you.
They buck you. So
I'm Storm. I'm Storm.
I go Storm, but who knows? Who bloody knows?
Fuck it.
Warriors v. the Roosters. Warriors paying $1.87. Roosters $1.97.
I don't want this to come out spiteful. Fuck the Warriors. Roosters to win.
What? You hate New Zealand.
I hate the Warriors.
It sounds like you hate the country.
I hate the Warriors.
Will they represent the country?
You hate them?
They fucked us last week, mate. I hate them.
Yeah, they did fuck us last
I think you fucked yourself.
Well, we did. We lost that ourselves.
I
we lost
can't
the game
work
before we
out.
got there.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Bit of the Panthers about that. Yeah. I can't see how the Roosters put in that sort of performance against the Panthers, get men back, and still go in underdogs.
Yeah, I just think that
Because Manly lost. We lost the game last week. We didn't fucking.
We weren't beaten.
We weren't beaten. Fuck no. Did you watch the game?
I did watch the game.
We beat ourselves.
We were awful.
You're pretty poor.
Yeah.
You're pretty
Bossy
poor.
loved it.
I am going to go the Warriors to get the W. I just think the emotional high from last week, it's going to be hard to back that up against the Warriors. It's just such a big week. Jesus,
So you don't think the Warriors were pumped about beating Manly Seagulls?
Walk in the park. Another day at the office, I reckon, for them.
God.
Yeah.
So you don't think the Warriors were pumped about beating premiership contenders, the Manly Seagulls?
I think that felt they should have won by more. Probably disappointed by it, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't close.
Who you going, boys? Roosters, Warriors?
Roosters.
100%.
100%.
Brizzy Broncos versus the Cowboys. Broncos paying $1.14. Cowboys $5.80. That's a spite bet, mate.
No, it's not, mate.
That's a spite bet.
No, I honestly, 17.5's the line. I like the Cowboys plus 7.5.
Yeah, that line is juicy.
I think the Broncos fuck them up, but I don't want them to now.
Why?
Because you just talked heaps of shit, bro.
How did I talk shit?
I don't.
First you say Manly beat themselves, didn't turn up. And then when I say Warriors tell them
disrespect-
I
up.
haven't liked your tone at all.
But listen, from a gambling perspective, I hope you beat the absolute shit out of them.
You were dog shit last week, though. You were scared. You know what it was? It was scared boys coming up against townies. You didn't know how to react.
No, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
You didn't realise that
Yes,
there's
it was.
townie shit going on.
It was.
a bunch of hot blokes.
No,
that
it was
just
a bunch
weren't
of
in the right
prima donnas
conditions.
with
No.
waxed chests who come up against townies with trolley poles,
Yeah,
and they couldn't
got
handle
their
it.
teeth kicked in by a
No,
couple
when you're
of
that
townies.
hot, sometimes you go to an area and you're like, I'm cold, my hair's not sitting right. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Townie shit, dude. Townie
No
guys
way.
don't care about their hair. They got
They're just
shaved
too
heads
hot. Look.
and minimal teeth.
Look, you're just jealous that we've got the hottest team in the comp.
You didn't show any backbone last week, that's for sure.
It's round 2. We give them that win.
You know what
there
happened?
you go,
You know what
boys.
happened? Sticky challenged Papali'i and he challenged the bra, Corey Orsborough.
Challenged
and
him.
said,
You heard that, didn't you?
Oi, take on these slick city fuckers and let's get to work.
No, he challenged him.
And Broncos
They
just
did.
said, listen, we're fans of the Raiders. Give them a win. Get them some points early.
I saw
Hopefully they scrape in the eight.
scared boys out there. That's what I saw.
I didn't. I saw hot boys who are like, you know what? It's not even the business end of the season yet. We're still in the bloody leisure end of the season.
I saw boys out there.
I
Mate.
saw blokes that are looking. They're just looking at the business end. That's all.
Boys.
I think you win, but I saw boys.
Boys.
I want that on the
Broncos.
public record.
Boys
Okay, Sharkies, Rabbitohs are paying $6.05. Holy,
And this is W
juicy.
Bennett.
this is juicy stuff.
$6.
Yeah, it is.
What's the line there? 20?
7.5. I just don't hate odds that long.
That's juicy to me, babe, because the Sharkies, they got beaten by the Tigers randomly once last year.
Yeah, but are they better this year? Is
They're
the
definitely better,
AFB shit. They
but
almost
like-
beat Penrith.
If the Roosters at $11 can beat Penrith, then the Sharkies could have a down night.
Yeah, they almost beat Penrith, and Penrith lost to the Roosters.
Yeah.
Look, I'm backing the Sharkies.
So apparently
to win.
losing to the Warriors.
Wow, when the Sharks got beat by Tigers, it was round 3 as well last year.
I'm backing Sharkies to win, but that's juicy, that 6.05 for me, baby.
7.5 points. Give me that. I'll
Give me it.
gobble that up.
Gobble it up, mate.
Couple
Get
of
it in.
dog lines there. If you went Roosters, who's the first game? If you went Panthers, Roosters, you probably wouldn't go Cows, but then threw a South in there. It's pretty hot. Tigers. Tigers. I'm on Tigers here, by the way.
Same.
You're a dog,
BT
mate.
Dubs. Tigers, $2.
I'm on the Tigers more for I want Tigers to win than I actually truly believe.
But I
play
also
hot
think
footy.
that they're like, they the first part of that game on the weekend when
Oh
they
my
played
God.
sucked ass, but then they clicked. And maybe now they've
Braith and Astor said it was the worst 25 minutes of football he's ever seen.
Brace is just getting more tan by the day, don't you reckon?
Oh, he's 10.
He's so tan.
But it was a difficult game of footy to
yeah,
watch.
it was.
Until the Tigers clicked.
Well, it was a hot game as well. Braith, I heard Braith actually, it was such a shit game. He just went and took his shirt off and started tanning.
And just let AI commentate.
Yeah.
It was actually
Fuck
wasn't
it.
even him. He was just tanning.
Is that right?
Yeah,
And
on
he's
the
hog.
sideline.
So that's how he keeps himself so tan. In
Yep.
the shitters, he just leaves the booth.
Big AI guy. Big AI guy. I am going to go. I'll tell you who's hot right now. Terrell May.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my God. That bloke,
Bit of a fuck you.
a bit of a how you going. That's
Bit of
what
a
it
fuck
is.
you to the Chooks.
Mate, it's a bit of a how you going.
Yeah.
Huge how you going.
Because he is fucking unbelievable. He is right now at the moment, I reckon, in
Top
the
10 most fuckable players in the world.
well,
Or Pam
that,
Pam?
but I
Pam
reckon
Pam?
he could win a Dally M in the front row.
Pound for pound.
As in Dally M prop of the year?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the
right.
front
Not
row.
the Dally M.
Well, for
Who was the
front row.
last front row to win Dally M?
I said for the front row.
Yeah,
Has it
but you
ever
meant
been done?
front, I think because the Dally M from the front row.
Has it ever been done?
Tamalolo last forward to win Dally M, he was back row, I believe.
Front row ever won it?
Well, you could argue Cam Smith, but he's like in the front row.
In the front row. But I don't think actual front row. Yeah. Well, no, probably like. Has Lazarus ever won one?
No.
It doesn't look like front row has.
I mean, Tamalolo was essentially a front row playing 13.
So I'm going to pick Tigers.
Tigers.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tigers. I tell you what, Dolphins are desperate for a win. Desperate. Titans v the Knights. Oh my God, Ponga's so hot. He's going to win back to back. Oh, not
So
back to back,
hot.
but like he's going to win another.
So hot.
He is like
He's superb.
whatever he wants, he can do on a footy field. He just
He's
does
superb.
it.
He's
So
absolutely
hot.
superb.
And like I get it. Like, oh, he's only played this team or that team, bro. He's already won a Dally M. So the idea that he can't play well against good teams is like he won a Dally M.
Knights.
Knights are hot right now. I like them. I like the rugby league they're playing. They got a hot boy in Dylan Brown coming. Yeah, it's 10-year deal. Blah blah
Yep.
blah. All that kind of stuff. Actually, apparently there's a clause pro club 2 years to go, so it's only an 8-year deal. I know that's still fucking ages, but
Mate, and it's like there's some players there I really fucking like. Really like.
Fletcher Sharp.
Fletcher
Sharp can play. Dylan Lucas.
Dylan Lucas can play footy.
He's a
Fletcher
good style
Sharp can
bloke,
play
mate.
footy. Bradman Best, obviously, the pit bull.
Oh,
He's a vibe.
Oh, yeah.
He is Origin.
Dane
mate.
Gagai, always been fond of. Like it.
Okay, Eels v. the Doggies.
Dogs.
Couple of players out, but dogs.
Dogs, bro. Kick out, Burton out, steal. The Eels suck.
Bro, what?
No offense,
what is
bro.
going on there? Like, whoa.
Boy, I tell you, he's not getting any sleep, and it's not this Dilf. It's old Donk Riles.
Yeah.
He hasn't slept in bloody 2
No,
weeks.
no, his penis has insomnia this time. It's up all night. Can't sleep.
Yeah, can't get hard either.
Okay.
That is what they're saying.
Yeah. Manly versus the Raiders. I'm actually, apologies, boys. Your hands are hurting. I bet your hands are hurting.
Fucking out there.
Mate, there's bloody workers here, mate. There's bloody workers next door. Shit song. That's a shit team song.
Manly.
That's a shit team song. Jesus
Manly.
Christ, that's shit.
Manly.
Man, 13
We
plus.
didn't know we had to bitch, and we're so sorry. Which
Which team's that? Is that the Warriors team or is that the Dragons?
It's one of the NRL teams I played for.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
One of them.
Weird flex.
I'm sorry, boys. I'm actually going Raiders because I don't think Tommy Turbo plays.
I
And
hope
this
he doesn't
is-
play. I honestly hope he doesn't play.
What I can't get is like, why even pretend that he's going to play?
Just what are we doing? What's
Just
the point?
say he's not playing. He's got to. If his hammy's tight, matter of fact, he's going to be on ice for about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, put him in a cryo chamber until finals and just bring him out and win a
Dude,
comp.
honestly,
Yeah,
let's
bring it. Yeah, just win a comp.
He could.
Just chill with that guy.
Let's just win a comp.
Bro, seriously though,
chill with it.
imagine if Tommy Turbo was fully fit for last year's final series. Like,
We win
who
the
knows?
comp. No, why no? We win the comp.
I think you would maybe get to. You could potentially get to a grand. Oh no, Storm would still won.
No, we would have won.
You would have been on that
But
side.
listen,
But you would have gone a bit better, I think.
Tommy May,
game.
I hope,
Brilliant.
God's be good, he's not playing. Whether it's Lehigh or Cooler at fullback, I don't really give a fuck. Maybe give Lehigh. a
Surely
crack.
Lehigh.
Surely.
Bro,
But
just
not-
signed a 3-year deal. He could get massive coin as a fullback at other clubs. You put Lehigh back there every day of the week.
Probably. Listen,
Cooler's a great defender. Keep him there.
I'm happy with that. Just do not play Tommy. I'm prepared. We'll win.
Will you cancel the club if they do?
Guzzle, 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 pour it down a muzzle. No, I can't. We have some sponsorship on the hill, so that will be there. But, like, let's just rest the cunt. But, if he plays, then I have every faith that he's fine. Because
Okay.
why the fuck would you risk that? Why would you do that? That's fucking insane.
But if you come off the field, in my opinion, with a tight hammy, you're not playing the next
Maybe
week.
he knew we were losing. He's like, fuck it, let's just get on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? He was like, I'm too good for this shit club.
Well, no.
No, but I'm saying if it was a lost cause and he has some awareness, go off precautionary.
Yeah. And he's waiting for the business end like the Broncos boys. But I'm just saying, great players think alike. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What about Gout Gout?
1998.
The goat
Win
goat.
The
assisted.
fastest 200 in the world.
The Goat Goat. Wind assisted, but still.
Whatever.
Well,
Do you know what? Wind assisted is
nothing.
haters chat.
It
If-
is.
If you say wind assisted is a negative towards Gout Gout, you're automatically
you're a hater.
no.
It's
You
in
know,
your blood.
no. You know what Goat did? He used the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Goats use the wind.
Play the balls at lies. He can only do what
Goats
he can do.
use the wind.
He's
Yes,
also
they do.
fucking 16 and he
Do you know what they
just
do?
ran the
You know what they
fastest
do in
200
games
the
of
world.
footy? If the wind's blowing from an end, they fucking pound it into the into a
Humphries
corner.
kicks it right into the corner, Humphries does.
Exactly.
He's
So what leagues can use the
fucking-
wind and runners can't?
He's a teenager.
He's 17 years old. He is so fast. I don't think people understand the gravity of what we have right now. He is running as fast as Usain Bolt did when he was the same
Mate,
age.
he gets the double at Brisbane. There you go.
All right, anyway, that is us done and dusted. Grab some Good Day from biggoodhealth.com.au. Grab some Grumpy Coffee. Don't forget, join the Bloke Club. Takes you 2 seconds, and you have a chance to win a Mazda BT50 and also $2,000 cash in the first month. Make sure to like, subscribe, Hello Sport and Bloke. Really does help. And as usual, anything else going on, boys?
Nothing, bro.
As usual,
Oh,
we'll-
Hacker Major golf tickets on sale tonight. hackersgolfclub.com.au.
boom. Get around it, get in it, get aroused by it, and I'll go and fuck myself. Thanks.
So will we.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.